Hey guys, today's video is going to be a motherfucking woo! It's gonna be, I guess it's a hair tutorial. I'm going to do like a review and tutorial on these bundles from Beauty Forever Hair. I'm gonna show you how they looked when I first got them, the process of bleaching them, what happened when I bleached them, what happened when I colored them, and then a little bit of customization, make my little baby hairs up here somewhat sort of carding, installing it, and styling it. So if you would like to hear all about this hair, just keep on watching.
A little bit of Anastasia for these bitch ass hoes. My highlights fucking poppin'.
So today we have some brand new bundles from Beauty Forever Hair. We've worked with them before and we're working with them again. So I'm so excited. And today the hair we'll be trying out is the Peruvian Body Wave. We have a frontal in 3 bundles, a 16-inch frontal, 18, 20, and 22-inch bundles that I will be coloring and, showing you how that goes. The hair was really soft, really full from weft to ends. Everything felt really nice. And of course, I had to go and mess that up by coloring it. So we'll get into that in a hot second. So my favorite color to use has been the Ion Color Brilliance colors. When you're coloring hair, you need to make sure that you're picking out hair that will actually take on your hair. When you're starting off with black, brown hair, you cannot do these pastel colors. It will not take. You have to pick something that's darker so it will actually take on the hair and, come out true to color. So I ended up choosing this Radiant Raspberry and this purple color. The purple didn't take how I thought it would, but it did, a little bit. So we got a cute little effect. So we'll show you that momentarily. So these are after I bleached the bundles. And for some reason, that middle 20-inch bundle just dried out a lot worse than the other two. I would think that if any hair was going to dry out, it would be the frontal because it had the bleach on it the longest. But it ended up being that middle 20-inch bundle. The other ones were fine. They all pretty much lost the wave pattern, but the hair was still good to go. As you can see, it's just really, really dry and it was stiff. I did wash it with the silicone mix shampoo and, like conditioner situation, which did help it a little bit. But overall, the hair, it still turned out and silked out when you straighten. Tinting this lace, never tinted lace before. Kind of feel like I don't need to, but we're going to do it anyway. So this is the frontal. Look, if I can get a good thing of it. This is the frontal. Let me just try and put it against my skin so you can compare, even though this is terrible lighting. So I actually, honestly, already think it's like darker than me. Don't know, but my mom wants me to tint some lace for her for some hair that she's about to get. So we're just going to test it on this and see how it turns out. And I'm using the Adore Honey Brown because I don't want to use the dark chocolate because I feel like that'll be just really, really, really too dark. So we're going to try this Honey Brown. So I have boiling water here in this container thing. I'm going to put about a tablespoon of dye. I don't have any plastic. Or do I? Or do I? Plastic spoon? We got a spork. Not a spoon. Okay, well maybe we'll just use one of these because I bought these for a purpose and can't even use them for that. So we're just going to pour a little bit in here so I don't have to waste a perfectly good spoon. So we're just going to pour it till it fills that first bottom little rim. And that's probably too much. So about that much. We're going to go ahead and pour that in the water, even though I still have to mess up a good spoon. Come on now. Okay, maybe that's not enough. We're literally experimenting. I don't know what I'm doing. I watched a few little videos, but clearly I'm not following instructions. So we're just going to pour a little bit more in. Just a little bit. That wasn't even a full, little bottom of the thing. Oh, messing up counters. Yay. Great job. That's why I always have plastic down. So we're just going to take one of my little painter brush thingies and stir that up. Just mix it until you feel like it's all mixed in. And this is one of my 1,000 million bajillion quadrillion Tupperware things, so don't even worry about that. So I'm gonna mix that until I feel like it's good. And we're gonna put the lace in there. In the videos that I watched, they said to tint the lace before you bleach the knots, because if you bleach the knots and then tint the hair, you're pretty much just dyeing your knots back whatever color you tint your lace. So we're gonna tint it and then we're gonna bleach it. So this kind of worked out because I ran out of bleach anyway. I had made the consistency too runny to bleach the knots, so I just ended up bleaching the hair. But I just came from Sally's and we have bleach now. So we're gonna tint this lace, see how that turns out, and then bleach these knots. Alright, so I think that's mixed well enough. I'm gonna go ahead and take my frontal and the hair. Well, I want to try and keep the hair out of it because it will color these bleached ends, which I don't want because I'm about to color that a whole different color. This front is fine, and we're going to make sure the lace is submerged in the water. We're gonna put a good timer on for about 20 minutes and see what we get, because we've never done this before. And I'll be back. This is what the frontal looks like. Doesn't really look like it did anything. So I'm just gonna leave it be. I'm gonna use another wig and try the dark brown, dark chocolate Adore Me rinse that I have on a different wig, but you'll probably see the end of that on Snapchat because this video is all about my Beauty Forever hair. So we're gonna keep going with this. I'm gonna go ahead and bleach the knots, construct the wig, and then I'll dye it because I just find it easier to dye the hair when it's already made into the wig. I can easily go through and put the color exactly where I want it. So we're gonna do that, and we'll be back. All right, so we have bleached our knots. The hair has air dried. So now I'm going to cut the frontals so it fits on my head. 13 by 4 inch frontals do not fit my head. It's always too long and it always messes it up. So I have to end up cutting a little bit off the sides so it fits. So what I do is I'll use like a little eyeliner pencil and I'll mark where I need to cut it. And then I cut kind of at a diagonal. Nothing perfect, as you'll see when I flip it over. It's definitely not even on both sides. But as long as it fits behind my ear, I'm good to go. So I just cut off the ends and then pull off the hair that's shedding. Do that on both sides, and then I attach the frontal to my wig cap. This is always the first thing I put on my wig, so you know how much space you have to use when you start laying the tracks with your bundles. So this is the frontal after I've cut it, and now we can go ahead and sew that on the cap and start putting on the hair. So I have switched what caps I use when I make my wigs. I like the spandex dome caps now because I feel like it just fits my head better. I really thought my head was big, but I guess now it's small. I don't really know. But the spandex dome caps just fit better to me and stays on my head a little snug. I still do secure my wigs with glue. I use Bold Hold or Ghost Bond now. But the spandex dome cap just works better for me than the net. The adjustable nets, they just never work for me. So I just flip my tracks back and forth. I don't really cut them because I feel like that decreases the integrity of the weft. And I only cut them when I get to the very top, so it just lays flatter underneath the frontal. I may make a whole new wig video because I kind of do some few things different. But we're just going to get the wig all together, and then we're going to go ahead and color the hair. So these are the two colors I used on the hair. They are both Ion Color Brilliance shades in Intensive Shine Purple and Radiant Raspberry. I feel like the Radiant Raspberry came out a lot better than the purple, but how it turned out, it's kind of cool. Something I wouldn't normally purposefully do, but I liked the end result. So what I just do, I just squeeze a whole tube out into my little mixing bowl. And these two of each color, that was like the perfect amount for the amount of hair I had. Normally, I use like 3 or 4, so I usually get like one of each color. But it worked out great, so I just squeezed both colors out into the tube. And I found that the best way for me to do it, the quickest way for me to do it, is just to go ahead and apply it with my hands. It blends the colors. When I'm using multiple colors, it blends it so it makes it look more seamless. And I can see it doesn't mess up my little tinting. The coloring brushes, they don't really work for me. I feel like it makes a mess. It flings color everywhere. So I feel like this is the neatest way to me to get it done. I have a million towels down under me. If you did not know, which you don't know, but there's a million towels under me. There's a towel on the table. There's towels everywhere, so I don't get color on my carpet, even though I still get color on my carpet. It's just wonderful. So I just section the hair off, and then I go back and forth with each color, and basically drench the hair in it, and I twist it out the way so I know that that section is done. And I just went back and forth between the purple and the radiant raspberry, making sure kind of not to like have too much of one color in the same exact area. And that's why I like putting the color on the hair after the wig is constructed, so I can see exactly where each color is. So I feel like my blend is better. When I curl my hair, it'll look better. When my hair is straight, it'll look better. So that's just my reasoning for it. And I feel like it goes a lot quicker when you just do it with your hands versus a brush. And also, again, less messy. And I can see exactly where I'm going. I can see exactly where the hair has been saturated with color. And I just twist it to make sure every little strand has been touched. And then we just get our little twist on so we know this little section is done. And again, that just resaturates whatever strands I may have missed. And then we move on to the next color. Next section, next color. And we just repeat the steps all the way until you're all done. So our hair is finished. We've washed it, rinsed it out, let it air dry a bit, and it was just taking too long for me. I was trying to keep it pushing, keep it going, keep it moving. So now we're just blow drying the little dampness that is left. And then I'm going to go ahead and straighten the hair so it's all nice and good to go for me to style. So there's nothing special about this. Just use my wig brush and my good old blow dryer. Don't even know what brand it is. And we keep it going. As you can see, like the purple was a lot more faint than I thought. And the raspberry came out a little more red. But I kind of like the contrast with the purple, the raspberry, the red, the brown. It's just like a multitude of colors going on. But it's kind of cool and it looks pretty when it's curled. So I'm not mad at it. Definitely not what we were going for, but I'm not mad at it. Just making sure all it is majority dry so we can go ahead and straighten her without damaging her anymore because that middle bundle is definitely damaged. But she's still straightened out nicely. She still flowed. She wasn't stiff. So I'm happy about that. But I did leave the bleach on there for hellas. So you definitely want to watch your times when you're bleaching this hair. I fell asleep. No flex, I fell asleep. So it was on there a lot longer than it probably should have been, but I'm still unsure as to why that middle bundle was as damaged as it was when the frontal had the bleach on it the longest and the frontal was fine. And this is how I found to get the straightest hair is you make sure you chase the comb with the flat iron. So you're separating the hair so that the heat can go through all of it and get it to its most silky. Okay, we want silky straight hair. And I'm a perfectionist, so I definitely section out my hair differently. That just passing it through, that will never be straight enough for me. So now I'm going to try and do these baby hairs. I'm not a pro at this. I've never been able to live a life with baby hair. So, you know, this is me being 26 is my first time being able to have baby hair. So we're still working on how we get it done. But I just cut them kind of following the shape of my head, making sure they're not too long so it just tucks in easier. Because I think when the baby hairs are too long, you'll have that like stiff front where you need it to lay down. And then silky when it pushes back into the hair, but it just does a lot. So I try to keep it short so it all just kind of lays at the front and just sticks down. So to mold the hair so I can get it to how I want, I'm using the Wrap Foam Mousse by Motions. And since I'm just now coming back from a trip, I cannot find my toothbrush, my hair toothbrush. Don't know where it's at. So we just had to use this comb. So we were trying to get it done. And I'm just finessing these hairs. And once I get them kind of laid how I like, I use my Eco Styler olive green, what is it? Olive oil gel. So it stays put, or I'll use the Got to Be glue gel. So the baby hairs stay in place because that wrap foam does not get it done for me. It helps it move easier, but it will not stay put. Just blow dry it and wrap it down, and then we're going to get to styling. This is your good old 99 zip bandana from the beauty supply store. Nothing special. So before I style it, I want you to see how it is silky straight. So pretty. Catch the color. Catch all the tones. Catch it all. Yes. Flow. Move. Wave. I see you hair. Oh. So you can see all the different shades that we have going on here. And like I said, it's kind of cool. Not purposefully done, but it's kind of cool. So now we're going to do just a little bit of styling, and I'm just going to go ahead and curl some random pieces with my flat iron. I didn't want anything too like neat. I kind of wanted them to fall, so it's kind of more of like a straight, loose wave type situation. The front pieces are always curl inwards, so it like wraps into the hair, and then all the other hairs that I just randomly chose, I curl away from my face to kind of frame it. And some flat irons you can do this with, and you'll have to like do the clamp situation, like clamp it down. But mine just moves really smoothly through, so I can just literally pull the hair through and it'll curl. And if you want these curls to stay more defined, you want to go ahead and use like a light holding spray. I don't like to put too much product on my hair, but I kind of wanted it to fall because I didn't know if I wanted to straighten it later for a different picture or whatever I was planning on doing. But I just randomly chose pieces of hair, nothing too uniform, and this is what we got. I just love how the colors fall into each other. So if you give me a hot second, we'll come back with this beat face and be done. So here is our finished look. We got the Beauty Forever hair in the Peruvian body wave, 16-inch frontal, 18, 20, 22-inch bundles, colored to an unintentional shade, but we're living for it. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I will see y'all in my next one. Stay true.
When I get big fat, you went about it the wrong way, so we can't fix that. I'm so straight. She mad at you, so she come fuck me for get back.